Before I get started with this story, I have to give a shout out to Sexy Brown for sending me the story, and shout out to you because you stayed diligent. You made sure that I saw the story no matter what, because I got multiple emails from you as it pertains to this story that I'm about to discuss. So shout out to you. So in this image, you see on the left a woman by the name of Hannah Payne, and on the right you see a man by the name of Kenneth Herring. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name correctly. She's 21, and that's a rough 21. She kind of looks like Amy Shoehorn in this picture. And he was 62. Apparently down in Georgia, there was a little minor hit and run incident involving the two of them where he dinged her car just a little bit, and she got so irate with him and she thought he was going to try to leave and flee the scene that she went and grabbed her gun and ended up just shooting this man to death. So she killed this man. So you would say that she definitely murdered this man over something so small that could have been handled way differently, but she just felt the need to just get her trigger finger ready and just pull out a gun and just shoot this man. Now, according to the article that was sent to me by Sexy Brown, they of Good Samaritan around her, because that's what she has been referred to as. They say she's a Good Samaritan, or they're trying to lighten her up to the point where nothing will come to her as far as jail time is concerned. I'm going to go ahead and read this article. It says, a 21-year-old allegedly Georgia woman accused of shooting and killing a 62-year-old man on a busy highway in an attempt to stop him from leaving the scene of a minor hit-and-run crash, called 911 and claimed that it was the victim who pulled the trigger. Listen to that. Now, also, it happened on a busy highway. There you go again with the road rage thing again. I don't know how many road rage stories I've covered in the last year alone. An emotional Hannah Payne appeared in court on Wednesday to be arraigned on a charge of murder without malice in Tuesday's shooting death of Kenneth Herring near the intersection of Riverdale Road and Forest Parkway. I already see what they're going to try to do. They're trying to make it seem like she was this helpless person who was defending herself against this big old black man, and they're probably making up any kind of story they can to try to get her off. Notice it said without malice. Y'all do know what malice is. That means without violent intent, or someone who's extremely violent. That she thought need to go get her gun and shoot this man on the busy highway. Payne's lawyer, Matt Tucker, argued that the shooting was in self-defense and described his client as a good Samaritan for blocking Herring's pickup truck with her Jeep after witnessing the man strike a semi-truck and make an attempt to drive away. So, listen to this. The incident that this man, this Kenneth Herring guy, that got into an accident was not involving her. He dinged someone else's truck, and she decided to throw her cape on, block him from doing whatever, pulls out her gun, and then just shoots this man. Mind you, it's not her car that he hit. Clayton County Police testified that an altercation between Payne, who was armed with a 9mm gun, and Herring ended with the man fatally shot in the stomach. Magistrate Anthony Thuman told the court the earlier hit and run involving Herring's vehicle did not cause extensive damage and no one was injured. He also revealed that Payne is licensed to carry a gun. Witness Nicole Jackson told WSB-TV she saw the 5'7", 190-pound Payne grappling with the 62-year-old grandfather and ordering him to get out of the car. So this woman sounded like she was trying to do a citizen's arrest. Basically, a citizen's arrest that you're not a cop, but you're trying to arrest somebody. And I know white people are known to do that a lot. All of a sudden you hear a pow, and she got on her phone immediately and was like, he pulled the trigger, Jackson said. So now, hold on. So now she's claiming that he pulled the trigger and shot himself. So basically what she's trying to say is that he was, I guess, trying to get away from her. And the trigger got pulled and he shot himself. That's what she's saying. According to police, it was Payne who called 911. Herring's estranged wife, Christine, told the station that the fact that Payne got out of her Jeep and confronted her husband means that she did not feel like she was in any danger. Bingo. There you go. She could not have been in any fear. And how could she been in fear? She got out of her Jeep and she's the one with the weapon. You couldn't have been in that much fear. I think she needs to go to jail because she committed murder, Christine Herring said. Herring is survived by a stepdaughter and at least 2 step-grandchildren. Payne's attorney argued that the Fayetteville resident was in fear for her life and pulled the trigger as she and Herring wrestled for control of the gun. Now, hold on. It just said that the victim, Kenneth Herring, pulled the trigger. Now they're saying she pulled the trigger, which I honestly believe she's the one that did it. He, the victim, had a ripped shirt. She had scratch marks on her. She had a mark on her face, Tucker told WSB-TV after the hearing. There should be prints of his and hers on the gun. According to the lawyer, the two got into a verbal confrontation, which escalated and turned physical, with Herring allegedly trying to pull Payne into his truck. She felt that she needed to pull that gun to defend herself, and it went off. Something just doesn't seem right about this whole thing. Like, it seems like it's a lot of holes in the story. A witness who wished to remain anonymous told WSB that the woman was seen purportedly throwing punches at Herring and repeatedly yelling at him to get out of the car. The eyewitness reported that after shooting Herring in the abdomen, Payne immediately changed her clothes. She had a bad girl vest on, but after she shot him, she ran in the car, changed her clothes. She put a pink little sweater on. The victim was then rushed to an area hospital. On Wednesday, a judge denied Payne's request for bond. She is due back in court for a preliminary hearing on May 28th. Hopefully they lock this crazy chick up. So he gets into a car accident with an individual. According to her, he tries to flee. She blocks him in from leaving. She gets out of her car with a gun, tells him to get out of his car. He gets out. They wrestle with each other and she shoots him, but claims to fear for her life. And then after she shoots him, she gets back to her car, changes out of the clothes she has on and puts another set of clothes on. And we're supposed to believe she's a so-called good Samaritan. We're supposed to believe that she feared for her life. I don't believe none of that crap. Any more than she does, or any more than her lawyer. All they're doing is trying to get paid to get her off. They need to throw a few books at her. And I'm going to try my best to stay on top of this particular story because, yeah, it's a lot of holes here. Even the witnesses that were there go against what she claimed. And shout out to the wife for saying she needs to go to jail. Don't forgive this chick. She killed her husband. All because she couldn't mind her business. That's basically what it boils down to. This chick could not mind her business. Like many of them claim to not be, not claim to, but like many of them cannot do. Think of all the white women last year who called the cops on black people for the most dumbest of things, or the most minuscule of things. The only difference is this one ended up with someone dying. Whatever was going on between him and the car that he hit should have been between him and that car. Or him and the person in that car. If he fled the scene and they were able to get the tags, then they can go forward from there. But now a man is dead because she wanted to play super bitch. If there's any more updates that are to come from this, but it looks like it probably won't be any until May 28th when she has her preliminary hearing. Sexy Brown, I'm sure you're probably going to send me some updates about this because you sent me so many about this story already. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.